GG. Mic drop. Feels mighty good. Feels fine. Hello all, Bounty Bear back again for another standard Saturday video. Today we're running human aggro, a human aggro deck. I'd seen on, I think it was tappedout.com maybe? I was looking through the meta decks and it's like, well, the meta is basically just the same as it has been for a while. New Capenna doesn't seem to have changed much in the like top tier decks. See a lot more like Rafine decks, and there's a lot more like variants going on. You can definitely tell that it's like time for rotation. There's loads of decks out at the minute. The meta's like holding fast though. Like the top tier decks are really staying where they're put. Like this one, which is basically just mono white, but hey, we've got like so much to choose from in mono white now. I don't think this has really changed since Innistrad all that much. I think the only thing that's new-ish is Tamiyo's Safekeeping and Secluded Courtyard. Those are the only two things that have been released like this year, I think. I can't remember when Innistrad Vampires came out. I think that was start of this year, maybe end of last year. But yeah, this deck could have been made all those many moons ago, but it's just filtering out all the nonsense that you don't really need. But yeah, we were running what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 humans. We're running 9 humans in varying forms. This is very much a rare heavy deck. I don't think there's much in here that, yeah, all of the creatures are rares or mythics. So if you've got any of that lying around, then by all means make it. This is very much the kind of video that makes me feel a little bit sick to my stomach because it's mono white, and mono white is like the worst. But it's mono white with like added slightly interesting stuff. Halana and Alina, who we love. Sigarda, who is great. And Cemetery Protector, who we haven't really seen all that much. When she enters the battlefield, you exile a card from graveyard, and when you play a land or cast a spell, if it shares a card type with the exile card, make a human. Make humans. This feels good. Secluded Courtyard lets us do an interesting interaction, which is why this is 3 color, I think, even though we're not running any of the 3 color lands. It lets us basically play whichever human we like, as long as it's got white in it. We're also running a whole slew of red and green lands in here, pathways and etc. This is mainly a white deck. This is a white deck, okay. It's just occasionally you're not playing purely white cards. But there you go. I'm looking forward to testing this out. I haven't played with this deck yet, so you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, I hope to see you on the back end of it. It's a hand. It's all going to be a hand, because we only have 2, I only have 2 of the Hopeful Initiates. And there's not a lot on one that really fits with this deck. I could have run Usher, but it's not human. It's kind of lame. So, you know. I think we played that on white, that on red, that on green. And then we only need 1 more land, and we've got up to Helena and Alina. And assuming we get another white in, we've got Sigarda as well, which is always good. Talia is going to go down on 2, I think. Let's go on white. It's like I could hold that in my hand. I could have played these. But I might draw into a different land, which would mean, you know, which would make me regret playing these already. That's the problem with the pathways, is that you have to kind of make a decision based on what you've got in your hand now, even though you don't really know what land you're going to draw into. Chances are I'm going to draw into some white land. Chances also are that me playing that on green is going to be way better than me playing it on red, because Helana and Alina is the only thing in here that needs red. Hey, see? White and red. I guess we play one of those on red before we forget. Dropping the Thalia. So, hello. Good day, sir. So, wild banana. Aggroing. Do we just wait? Nah, it's aggro. Let's not just wait. See if he blocks. Yeah, he would be foolish to block. I think I'm gonna get my ass handed to me, because I think enchantments are pretty much top 5, and this weird ass Naya humans deck is like maybe top 10. So it depends what we draw into. Helana and Alina and the Cigada in hand is pretty good. And him wasting his borrowed times already is pretty good. To get some lifelink cooking. Having 25 life on turn 4 feels pretty good. Has he got another borrowed time for me? Probably. Or the Kamigawa borrowed time, whatever the hell you call it. That is sometimes not a borrowed time. I think it has a weird channel cost. Come on, mate. I'm out of tea. Yeah, standard. Well, we got a 5-3 out of that, so I'm kind of happy. He's on 5 as well. Interesting. I think that goes on white. I think I'm going to play the Spellbinder, because the Cigada doesn't have Coven yet anyway. If you take that, which is nice. Just playing lifelink tennis at the minute. Yeah, it's still 3 mana. A bit of a waste of a Spellbinder. You never know, he might have like a 4 mana enchantment in his hand. So I think we'll be blocking this one somehow. Yeah. Green, I guess. 4. Gotta get some life back, because that's going to be huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be like a 12-12 next turn. It's just pretty insane. What is it? Discard it. Return X non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand. But that's the channel, so you can't do that. Return it to its owner's hand, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, and put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tap for the rest into your graveyard. Kind of okay. Interesting commander though. Okay, it's only a 7/7. So. Weak. weak source. Oh, he's doing the thing. And do you need that much land? No blocks. Cathar. One of them. For spellbindies as well. Let's make that cost a little bit more. Go for the big old swing. Come on, Alina. Ooh, baby. Two, 3 threes. I say, sir. Spirit Companion's a really good draw. Only got the 1 mana left though, so that must be infuriating. GG. Mic drop. Feels mighty good. Feels fine. Throw you. What we got? That feels like a pretty good start hand. I think we're keeping that. It says secluded courtyard. Let's just play Sigarda. No, it doesn't. She's an angel. We pick human then. Going for one of them. One of these pretty ladies. Green black. Reanimate. Potentially. That's going on red. We play a Redain, because, like, why not? Put counter on Redain. Do for a little swing. And we might be saving the Brutal Cathar for when he gets his Reanimate down. His Titan of Industry. It's just a creature, right? Yeah. I think the specimens. Okay, I might be reading his deck wrong. He might be playing, like green black. I don't know. I just don't know. We just don't know. Put her counters on that one and put your counters on that one. I should have put Halada and Elidas and the Lubidark Aspirate, but meh. It feels so weird when you're playing it and you deadly dispute using treasure, but it's like, it's still like mana neutral in a way, even if you use 1 treasure for it. I wouldn't want to use 2 treasures unless you've got a lot going on. Yeah, this is that one Witherbloom deck, right? I think this is Plum. I've not seen a Plum deck in a while. I like playing my Plum deck though. Plum is fun. Plum is fun and stupid and works like 25% of the time. He's got a lot of exile right there though. Does that... I think that just negates it, right? Yeah, effort. Taking 10. 3, 4. So yeah, I can spend the Alana and Lena as well. very good that Redain has Vigilance. 3 mana for a 2/3 with Vigilance and Flying is like not actually that bad. Like it's handy when cards that are good for reasons, for a different reason, have nice mechanics like Vigilance or Haste or Flying or whatever. Like I think Redain would still be played even if it didn't have Flying and Vigilance. Or if it was like a 2/2, I think you'd still see play with that. But yeah, I think the Redain is pretty much... Oh, because it's loss of life, not damage. Yeah, that was silly of me. I mean, he's got to exile the Redain, otherwise he's like dead, so... Green would be nice. Ooh. You wicked thing. Does that give things haste? Yep. Yeah, it does. Feels pretty good. And that's pretty much me won, because his combo's out. And if he's got 3 kill spells in hand, or a big board one, like a Blood on Snow would do it. But he won't be running Blood on Snow, because otherwise he'd be running Snowlands, right? GG. That was the moment that he realized. It's like 6 damage. If he could have played a Pest Summoning, if he could have played the Exile thing, I don't know, if he had like 2 more mana, he would have saved himself for a turn. But, nah. Kind of a crap hand, but we've got all the land that I need, which is good. And a cave. I played a cave last game and I forgot about it. I'm probably gonna forget about that cave too. That's just the kind of gamer that I am. Lord. Good old mono white with some splashes of green and red. What's with the hunt for specimens all of a sudden? I haven't seen them in months and yet here they are, just making a comeback. It is nice that there isn't really a massive amount of control in Standard at the minute, though. That is real nice. Red, I guess? Yeah, I could hold one of these up. Or we could play a Sigarda. We'll play a Sigarda. Let's just keep throwing. Because that powers everything up. Like, that gets the most damage in, right? Look, a burn down the house would kill everything. But he's a turn away from that. 5 or more mana values on cards and graveyards. So, draw 2, then discard a card. That's not bad. I still haven't seen half the New Capenna cards. There was a lot of them though. There's like so many New Capenna cards, and I think I've only played like 1 draft. So there we go. what we got here. Not a great deal, but I think we'll keep. I could play Secluded Courtyard on white, or should I say on human. Then play the Hopeful. Blah 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 blah. We'll play that on green. Play a Ass Pirate. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. I think that goes on green. That's all we can do. Need to get land in, really. No attacks. Land of any colour would be nice. Spicy boy. What's he doing good? Suppose costs one less. I guess we play that on red. Go for a Cathar, get rid of the Cemetery Prowler. Put that on the Cathar. Full attack. Power that again for 4. Feels good. One more white land and we're cooking. Not a human in it, yeah. We kind of figured. Let's share the card type, right? Yeah. I've got Tamiyo's safekeeping. Ugh. Just ugh. It'd be nice if that was B at 4, but it wasn't. Oh my god. Is it turn 5 already? The mana drought is real. The mana drought is so real. That one. That goes on there. That goes on there for sure. Do we attack for 10? No. No, I need to play defensive. For at least this turn, I need to play defensive. I need something that can just swing in for 13, like, real soon. Oh, it's got 2. Instants and creatures cost 1 less. So that's nice for him. Ugh, visible. Well, that's friggin' annoying, and has probably lost me the game. I just needed that extra turn. I mean, like, we're not killing anything, so I guess we would go block, good game. Yeah, I didn't see the trample as well. At -1. Furdues. KK. Ooh. Red, green, white. That's good. I remember to play that on green. Right. Do I block? I think he'll attack. I think we go no blocks and let him like waste the Blizzard Brawl. I don't know. Filthy boy. So that's going on green. Let me play the Talia. And we got no attacks because that thing's just gonna die. I don't know what's next. He's got a pretty decent start compared to me. I should say his stuff starts off big. Mine does very much does not. We can get rid of that and just go all attack. It's training. He might. I was gonna say he might have like another, like a Tamiyo's protection or something to make it bigger, but he did not. Opponent also feeling a lack of land, same as me, which is probably way more annoying for him than it is for me. I think I'm gonna Brutal Cathar the pack leader again. I can swing away to my heart's content then, really. He might double block Thalia. Yeah, that's kind of awkward. I guess we want the pack leader out of there. Or did I want the dog out of there? I might have wanted the wolf token out of there, because his next one's probably an Essica's Chariot when he gets the land in. Could go for another Brutal Cathar. I think we go Spellbinder because it's got 3 power. He's got something to do. It's an interesting hold. Snakes give earlier. Out of Tamiyo's. I think we take the Chariot. Take the Chariot and wait a while for the Brutal Cathars. No attacks. The Hopeful Initiator has turned slightly into a chump blocker. I really need to get a Lumilancer. Lumilancer is just love at this point, really. I think we go no blocks. Hope for a land, but there isn't one. Go for an Adelaide and just try and demolish his board. Brutal Cathar, that guy. We're definitely swinging with those. I think, yeah. Good game. That's like 6 in. Another turn, if I just go all swing, then I've won. I guess. Yeah, kind of awkward. Double caves, interesting though. The question I always ask myself when you've got this is, that's going on white, is, so Intrepid Adversary is the wrong call, definitely. I think Thalia is because we're playing against blue, and making us non-creature spells cost more is really good. But if you're playing against a regular old deck, like, is it actually that useful to do that? Kind of like, is it? Who knows? I think you go Spellbind these. What you got cooking there? I think that would be annoying. That would also be annoying. That feels uber annoying. And that feels like a combo piece and is already really high cost. I think we go Path of Peril, because a 6 mana Path of Peril isn't, like, fantastic, is it? Really? Check for traps. I think he'll check for traps this turn. I think that's all he can do. Probably get rid of the Aspirant. Yeah. That's not the worst thing for us. We can cook it up with one of these and be dealing 6 in this next turn. That Thalia is really, really not put him in a good place. Like, really not. You gotta love taxes. Okay. I wondered whether he'd be holding something and was just GGing me so that I'd tap everything out. But yeah, at that point, if he'd killed a thing, he would have been in range of a cave next turn anyway. So if he'd... Really need to draw into another land, either white or a green would be nice. In fact, 2 more. A plains and a pathway that's green would be really nice. An overgrown farmland would be great. We haven't found it yet though. Play the aspirant until we can play. It gets up to the 2-2. I think that's the great thing about the aspirant, because it really you should just nerf it so that it's on target other creature you control. But they don't. I think we get that out of range of the charger. For now. I think sadly we're taking 2. We're taking 4 probably. Oh no, we'll take 2 because we can block the etching. I think he's checking that that has haste. Which it does. I know what he's got. Kill spell. And then I draw no land. And then, yeah. That sounds about right. Cathars aren't that great. Redain's really not that great. That's doubly not great. That's just so not ideal, no attacks. I think we're blocking next turn. Even though it's a horrific block for me. Twin shot sniper. It's not something you see often. It's a goblin deck. And it's the battlefield, deals 2 damage. It's 2-3 with reach. Hey, there's our other white. Outline would be a 1-4, which would be good. Is that when it leaves or when it dies? So I can Brutal Cathar that and have a 2-2. Or I can just have a 2-3, or I can have a 0-4. 1-4 rather. 1-4 feels good. I should have maybe played the Redain instead. Wildcry Goblin. In my head, whenever I'm against red, it's just like, where's the Ember Cleave? It's like, oh yeah. Not in format anymore. Friggin' Ember Cleave. That's a lot of goblins. I guess we block a 3-3. And we could be dead next turn. Can't really play much. I think the only thing that stops me from... I think we're dead anyway. I think we have to take the Battlecry Goblin. We go no attacks. And then he's got 4 attackers that can each deal 2 damage. So yeah, no bueno. Here you go, GG. Yeah, if I'd have got the land in earlier, I could have played Adeline last turn and been blocking. G to the G. Oofed. And we're back for the post-game wrap. It has been an interesting day of Magic. I kind of really like this deck, and I hate that I kind of really like this deck because it's like the worst. Because it's just a mono white deck. It's just a mono white deck. Like you take the Helana and the Lina and the Sigarda and the Torrens out, and it's just a mono white deck. And the Tammy is safekeeping, I guess. It feels like it needs more like green-red in it. I might do a Wildcard Wednesday video with a probably way worse deck that has some actual green-red in it. Like, is that like... I think that's like Rivers. I think that's a thing. Cabaret. Yeah, I might make a Cabaret deck for Wildcard Wednesday at some point. See, like that, that's just great. It makes cats and dogs. That's content, right? Need to get that up, like... And that thing that lets you like cast 2 things for the price of 1 really bad one. Well, this thing that gets stuff back. Oh no, it doesn't. When it dies, you do stuff. What's the get back one? There's like another thing. Anyway, I've been drafting a little bit of Nuka Penna, but I quite like this guy. I just wish that he was better. Like 3 mana, give him double strike is good, but not that great. I mean, everyone loves widespread thieving, right? Anyway, I digress. I think that this deck is really good. I think that if you have all of the friggin' rares and mythics to make a deck that is basically this, then happy days for you. It's great. It works. However, it's just mono white. If you have a mono white deck, try this, I guess. I don't know what the message is here. We're not surprised that this deck does well, because like, I don't know, I think like 30% of the meta is probably this deck. It works, especially in best of 1, because in best of 3, if your opponent has a slow start, you can trounce them, and then the next game, if it was best of 3, the next game that you play against them, they're just gonna put loads of wraths in and loads more kill spells and stuff. It's really easy to work around this deck. You just have to know that it's coming, which is the problem. And even then, I've played Blood Money decks and mono white just absolutely trounces them. It's this card. This card is insanely potent. And it's just filled stuff in around it. It's like, oh, so how do you work your way around that? It's like Wrath of God. Oh, Thalia. So now my Wrath of God costs 1 more. And oh, by the way, your Wrath that was 4 mana now costs 5. So you have 5 turns to deal me as much damage as you can. And it can get there on turn 5 in a good hand. In a really good hand. Spellbinder as well. Taxes stuff. Redain taxes stuff. Adeline lets you get lots of damage in if you're left to do your own devices. Torrens as well, if you're left to your own devices, sorry. And then stuff like Tameo's Safekeeping, which is 1 mana to give something hexproof and indestructible, and you gain life from it. Overkill. This card is just a great common. But yeah, that summarises my roundup anyway. It's kind of nice to see Secluded Courtyard in use, because I think this might be one of my favourite Kamigawa cards. It's like a tribal thing, and everyone loves doing tribes. Heck, it's why I'm doing this video now, because it's like, oh, human tribes. I love like the thought of humans as their own kind of tribe. Before in Magic, that wasn't really like a thing, you know, not really a thing. But yeah, it's a tribal card, you know, and the fact that it's 1 mana of any colour is great. The fact that it doesn't come in tapped is like doubly great. Should have put that in some dragon decks, to be fair. I feel like if I was like in the perfect world with this deck, I think I'd want 4 of those for a start, but I don't have the rares for that. What else would I do? So I don't think you really need the Torrens in it. I think you could probably get away with using more Adelines, but then that's awkward because it's double white. So, you know, having a mix like that's good. The Redain doesn't massively need to be in there, but it's useful sometimes. Cemetery Protector we didn't actually get around to using. Helena and Alina you could probably use 4 of if you were feeling brave. Sigarda's like nice, but Sigarda's nice if your opponent's playing like, I don't know, kind of big green beatdown, or kind of control as well. If they're picking off your early threats and you've got a Sigarda on turn 4, then that's a pretty good start. But yeah, I definitely want to be running like 4 of each of the. I would just be running pathways. I think I would literally run maybe like, yeah, maybe 2 planes, maybe 1 plains, to be fair, because Field of Ruin is in a lot of decks, so you have to have at least 1 in. But I think the chances of an opponent having 2 Field of Ruins by the time you know whether you won or not with an aggro deck is pretty unlikely. And by the time he's taken 2 of your non-basics, I don't think you really need them anymore, you know. But there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit woozy. I just finished a really hard shift at work, so we're gonna be getting there. Maybe craft something to keep my mind occupied. Anyway, have a lovely time, and please remember to share and like and subscribe. I want this channel to grow. I just want them millions of subscribers. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna build a deck. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.